The Vauxhall Frontera. When it first hit the 4x4 market, it looked really good. Unfortunately, it drove like a dog and propped up the JD Power satisfaction survey for several years. So, Vauxhall scratched their collective heads and went back to the drawing board. The result is this, the all-new Vauxhall Frontera. It still looks great, but how does it handle? Chris Goffey finds out.
If it's Friday, it must be Northumberland and the launch of the new Vauxhall Frontera. Now, how many times have you heard a manufacturer claim that their new vehicle, which looks to all intents and purposes exactly the same as the old one, is in fact totally new from the wheels up? Well, Vauxhall have joined that club. Let's open the box and see what they've got in store for us. Let's face it, this is much more of a re-engineer of Frontera than a brand new design from a clean sheet of paper, and don't run away with the idea it's the merry men from Luton who are responsible for it. As with so many things in General Motors nowadays, this is a worldwide concept. It's sold in America as the Isuzu Rodeo, on some world markets it's even badged as a Honda, and of course it's sold in Japan as an Isuzu and in Europe as an Opel. So, what have they done to the Frontera? Well, they say it's an all-new body shell and every panel is changed, though I can't see it myself. The back no longer comes off this sport version, and there's no soft top at the back either, but inexplicably the rear roll bar still remains. It's there for street cred, according to the brand manager. Mechanically, there's new engines. The transmission is modified to give you selection of four-wheel drive on the move at speeds up to 60 miles an hour. The car is lighter by 150 kilograms, and Vauxhall claim it's much quieter, up to 50% quieter. That'll be good news for regular Frontera drivers. Ride and handling relatively good on this short wheelbase sport version, though I have to say the long wheelbase estate seemed to float and wallow far too much and yet be harshly sprung. Classic case of under-damping. New rack and pinion power steering though is light and very precise with no fight back at all, certainly on the road or cross-country. Vauxhall's specially built off-road course proved no challenge at all to the Frontera. We proved it was possible to get all the way round without resorting to low range or four-wheel drive, which rather defeated the point of the whole exercise. However, it did demonstrate good ground clearance, axle articulation, and in the short wheelbase version, decent entry and exit angles, the wheels closer to the extremities of the vehicle. But despite running on compromised suburban tyres as opposed to cross-country knobblies, the ability of the Frontera to grip and climb was impressive. Perhaps the company's claim that simple rear-wheel drive with optional four-wheel drive plus high and low range is actually better off-road than sophisticated electronics to control hill descent and traction has some merit after all. David, in looking after quality with Frontera, I mean, you have had your problems.
Yes, we don't deny that. The history of the vehicle, we have had criticism and it's been justified.
What have you done to try and put that right?
Well, the first thing, I'd say the most positive thing is we haven't denied it. Every criticism we've taken and we've looked into. Obviously, with the previous model, we were able to introduce fixes to concerns. But I think the most important thing is that we had a team of engineers, both with our Isuzu partners, looking at all those problems before we went to the design of the new vehicle, so that we could design those out and improve the overall vehicle.
What for you is the most important change with the new car?
The most important change for me as a quality man is the influence we've been able to have on how the car is built. So to guarantee, you can guarantee the quality of any prototype car, of a pre-production car. To guarantee 100% quality and right first time, you have to design that into being able to build the car and to allow our people on our production lines the easiest method that the car can be assembled and assembled efficiently.
Vauxhall say they've substantially refined the 2.2 16-valve petrol engine in the Frontera Sport that we've been driving. produces 136 brake horsepower, enough for spirited performance, maximum speed around 100 miles an hour. However, there's a new V6 3.2 litre, well over 200 brake horsepower, and that's in the top of the range long wheelbase estate. Lots of Frontera owners in the past have gone for diesel power, and again there's a new engine for them, 2.2 litre turbo diesel, producing 115 brake horsepower, but interestingly substantially more torque than this 2.2 litre petrol unit. Now, diesel owners tend to tow. They tow big caravans, horse boxes, boats on trailers. Vauxhall Frontera diesel power has come down from 2.8 litres initially, then down to 2.5 litres, now it's down to 2.2. Despite the power and the smoothness of the new diesel engine, Vauxhall have got a big educational job to do with those people to convince them that a smaller engine will still do the job. For vehicles which spend the vast majority of their running time on, as opposed to off the road, performance is important. Frontera stays abreast rather than ahead of the competition. 96 miles an hour maximum for the turbo diesel, 102 for the 2.2 petrol, and 120 miles an hour for the V6. Prices aren't yet announced since the vehicle won't launch until the NEC Motorshow in October, but Vauxhall say Frontera will retain its price advantage over competitors. Vauxhall say that the weight saving they've made in the body shell hasn't compromised the strength in any way. Don't like the way this rear wheel vibrates when you shut the door though. The Vauxhall and the Isuzu engineers have undoubtedly done a very good job of refining and developing what was originally rather a flawed product. Frontera today is faster, smoother, quieter and better riding than the old vehicle. But the opposition hasn't exactly stood still in the intervening 8 years since its launch. Has it caught up? Well, frankly, I think it's still got some way to go.